Hi, good evening. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Fred Campagna, and a couple of active afternoons, right, this weekend. Stormy weather yesterday, stormy weather again this afternoon. It was focused a little bit farther south this afternoon, but still had some very gusty thunderstorms move through the Atlanta metro area, 3:30, 4 o'clock this afternoon, and then a lot of activity west and south of Atlanta as we went through the late afternoon hours. Now, as we hit the evening, things are starting to quiet down quite nicely. At one point, there was a severe thunderstorm watch in effect and several severe thunderstorm warnings. Those have all been dropped, including the watch. So we're out of the woods as far as severe weather goes. Isolated shower or thunderstorm is possible for us as we go through the next several hours in West Georgia. I don't think we're going to see much around the metro. So we've got a few people in here this evening. Lavender and Fatima, Denise and Brooklyn and Alex. Good to see all of you in the chat this evening. Hope you had a great weekend. It was hot. It was humid. It's going to be changing, though, as we go forward. So let me get to the weather maps here. We'll start with a live look at Midtown. It does look nice out there. Probably saw a couple of rainbows after various storms moved through during the late afternoon hours. Look at the storm reports. Some wind damage reported right around the Midtown area. And then as you go to the south, northern part of Henry County, reporting some strong winds. Stockbridge area, some hail reported west Douglas County, 1-inch hail reported there. We'll see. I think there was a lot of pea-sized hail. Sometimes people get a little bit overzealous with their estimations on how big that hail is that they're seeing, but there was that report, 1-inch hail out there, it looks like, in the western part of Douglas County, maybe far eastern Carroll County, and also down in Putnam County as the storm moved through very late this afternoon, around 5:30, 6 o'clock. That one produced a few instances of some wind damage. So yesterday we saw some farther to the north and around the metro, and this afternoon most of it was from right in the heart of Midtown and points south of I-20. But now as you look at the First Alert radar, notice how there's just much less going on. Most of us are seeing clear skies. See those isolated showers, Cleburne, Randolph counties in Alabama, and then one right now in the western part of Carroll County. That's the area that I'll watch for a few isolated showers or storms as we go through the next several hours. Temperatures are in the 70s and 80s. Rome's 85. Notice the northern suburbs, a little bit hotter, or warmer, I should say, as we hit the early evening. And that's because you did not see the storms up that way late this afternoon like we saw down in Atlanta and especially south of I-20. So First Alert weather day comes to an end overnight. Tomorrow we start with some sunshine. Gigi's in here, said Ellaville, Georgia, power out for about 30 minutes and windy earlier with the storm that came through. Yeah, that storm that came through Midtown Atlanta had some pretty gusty winds with it. At elevation, there were wind gusts over 50 miles an hour. And, anemometer that was on the roof of a building in Atlanta, down Midtown Atlanta, did record that high wind gust. But even at the surface, I think there were a lot of 40, 45 mile per hour gusts when that line came through. This is tomorrow afternoon, looking good. A few fair weather clouds will billow up. One of the things you'll probably notice tomorrow will be some nice blue sky because we are going to see lower humidity, probably some better air quality coming our way as well as we hit the early to middle part of this week. So there's plenty to look forward to. Very, very low chance of a stray shower in East Georgia tomorrow. So head into Tuesday morning, temperature's going to drop into the 60s across North Georgia, maybe even some 50s up at the higher elevations in the mountains. So for some, that'll have you thinking about fall as we go through mid-August, but it will be the coolest morning probably that we've seen since mid-June, early to mid-June, really. Tuesday afternoon, partly sunny skies, looking good. Wednesday, a little more cloud cover in the forecast. Also, though, a good day. We're on a 20-day heat wave right now. It's our second 20-day heat wave of what has been a pretty hot summer so far. But that'll probably come to an end over the next few days if it doesn't come to an end tomorrow. In fact, tomorrow's high temperature I'm forecasting right now without looking at some new information that'll be coming in the next couple of hours. So I may update this for the 11 o'clock news. But I'm thinking 89 tomorrow afternoon in Atlanta at Hartsfield Jackson, which is normally one of the warmer spots too. So many of us will probably be about 85 to 87 tomorrow afternoon. Normal high is 89 at this time of the year. Mid 80s in the forecast for the middle of this week. Notice that Thursday, 87 degrees. That comes with a lot of clouds, and there is a low chance of a few showers around on Thursday. There are no really rainy days coming our way this week. I think Thursday is really the only chance of any spotty, isolated showers. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all looking good. So is Friday. Friday, notice that temperature ticking up a little bit. As far as humidity goes, tomorrow starts a little bit muggy, but it'll turn less so during the afternoon. So it will go from that orange bar to the beige yellow bar there, which indicates comfortable. And I think that's how it'll feel by late tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. And then it's going to stay comfortable. I've been waiting for this. I've had a lot of really sweaty runs during the summertime in Atlanta, as so often happens. You know, it's relentless, the humidity for the most part, and it's been with us now for a few months. It'll be nice to feel some lower humidity coming our way. Austin's in here from Henry County. How you doing, Austin? Hope you had a great weekend. Look at the low temperatures. Now, these low temperatures you're about to see are for Atlanta, Hartsfield, Jackson. So I think right around 70 tomorrow morning, but then in the 60s, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday mornings. So in Tuesday, Wednesday time frame, if you live in some of the outlying areas, say you live in West Georgia in Carroll County, even down in Henry County, where Austin is right now, I think you could see a low temperature, 62, 63 degrees, maybe even 61 one of those mornings. So that'll definitely feel a little bit different when you step outside early in the day, sun rising now after 7 o'clock in the morning as we hit the late summertime. In the mountains, again, Tuesday, Wednesday morning, some of the higher elevations could briefly be down into the 50s to start. 68 on Thursday, 69 on Friday. So you can see the trend as humidity will eventually find its way back into North Georgia. So don't think that this is the end of the humidity for the rest of the summer. It's not. In fact, heat and humidity is in the forecast by the end of the weekend and into early next week. So this is a 7-day forecast, but if you check out the 10-day forecast, which you can always get on the First Alert weather app, you'll notice that high temperatures will likely be in the 90s for us Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. So we're not done with hot weather. We get a lot of 90-degree days late August through about mid-September, so it's certainly not unusual to be in the 90s at this time of the year. But we get a break from it this week. So 89 on Monday, mid-80s, mid to upper 80s, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday time frame. Again, a 20% chance of showers popping up on Thursday. Best chance looks to be south of Atlanta. We may end up with dry weather right from Monday through Sunday because that rain chance on Thursday is fairly low. No First Alert weather days in the 7-day forecast. So after an active weekend, I know you normally see Cutter Martin on the weekends, but he's off this weekend. So Patrick Pete got a little extra work on the First Alert radar yesterday, and I had that extra work earlier this afternoon tracking those storms that were moving through our area. But things are quieting down very nicely for us this evening. One other thing I should note, and I don't really have the graphic queued up right now to show you, but I want to let you know that Ernesto hit Bermuda. It's moved to the north. Now it's going to move up into the North Atlantic. It's done, basically, at this point. Still a strong storm, but it's out there in the Atlantic Ocean. It's going to kind of clip by Newfoundland and then continue off and become extratropical. Nothing is expected to develop in the next 7 days. So here we are on August 18th. So by August 25th, we may still be at 5 named storms for the season, which would put us a little bit behind where we've been 3 of the last 4 years. So recently, we've had a little more activity through late August, or at least through August 20th, 25th, than what we're seeing this year. However, conditions are still very favorable for there to be a burst of tropical activity, maybe as soon as late this month, and lasting through the month of September and probably into October. So a lot of the long-range forecasters for the tropics are still projecting a very active season, 5 named storms so far, and some forecasters think we'll see another 18 or 20 named storms as we go forward. Well, if we hit September 1st and we're still stuck on 5 named storms, That is a lot of storms to get in September and October. I'm not saying it can't happen, but we could be talking about a new storm every couple to 3 days forming during the month of September, at least during the first half of the month when things are usually at their most active in the Atlantic Basin. All right, well, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. And don't forget, you can check us out tonight on Peachtree TV at 10 o'clock, 10 to 11 o'clock, and an updated forecast for the week ahead coming your way. And of course, all of your top news stories and sports on Atlanta News First at 11 o'clock. Hope to see you then. Take care.